Hi, my name is Yafuk, and this clip is about my IELTS speaking test. For the first topic that I have chosen is about sport. I will answer the question or do you like sport? What is your favorite sport? Do you often watch sport on TV? Did you play sport as a child? What is the most popular sport in your country? And how do most people in your country keep fit? So to begin with, um, sport is one of my first choice when I have leisure time. When I was about 4 or 5 years old, I, my father took me to a swimming class, and about when I was about 10 years old, I started to play badminton, and when I at my last last year of secondary school, I start with the martial art, which we call Aikido, and among three of them, martial art is one of my favorite, and because that I do like sport, I, since I was a child, I do enjoy watch the athletes playing their like strain of sport on the television because that's how I learn the technique and the speed that they perform in the competition. However, in my country, martial art or swimming or even the badminton are not the king sport. The king sport of my country is about soccer. Is soccer, and nowadays they are so popular. The soccer player are so popular all around, like in every city in Vietnam, and most of people in my country keeping fit. I think it depends on the generation and the group of ages. They might choose a different kind of sport that they like. For in my generation, most of my friends they are doing exercise at the gym, and however, in like my grandparents' generation, the older generation, they prefer to doing exercise, keeping fit on the park. So that's for the part one of the IELTS. Move to the part two. The topic is about language. So I will show you. No, you might not see it. The question is describe a language you have learned. You would say, what is it? When did you start learning? How you learn it? What is the difficult about it and why you decide to learn that language? So I will spend a minute to write down and about 2 minutes to answer that question. Let's see, where's my stopwatch timer minute 1 minute. Okay, now I will start. past the end of 1 minute to prepare. Now I will talk about it in 2 minutes. So start. The second language instead of English that I have learned is Japanese. I started since I was 18. Now I'm 20, and I started in the Japanese language school, which is located in District 1 in Namgi Street, called Sakura. And to be honest, Japanese is one of the difficult language that I have ever learned because they have three alphabet and you have to learn all of three to able to read and write. For example, like in English, when you study all of the alphabet, you could say some simple word. In Vietnamese, you could pronounce pronounce some word without knowing the meaning. However, in Japanese, you have to study all three of their alphabet to able to read and understand a little bit of the word. And also the sentence is difficult because it's not the way normal we write uh, in the different order. And the reason that I chose Japanese as my third language because first of all I want to graduate because in my major, which is linguistic of my college, I have to take another language instead of English, and the reason is I want to read manga without translation. So that's it. Thank you. Oh, Christmas. Okay. Okay. Now move to part 3. Wait, where's my part 3? Okay. The question of part 3 will turn back to food. So the question is, do you think diet is important? And well, in this question is like a little bit hard, tough for me because I'm not doing diet recently. Because in my opinion, it is not necessary to doing the diet because I do some exercise and which I think is more important than doing the diet and cut off the meal, my daily meal. So as a food lover, I couldn't do that. But diet is in the other side. It also can be thing that is important. Diets can also think be thought. I mean, be thought as important because it gives your body shape look thin, steamier, more steamy. More steamy, and you will like confident of your appearance, of their appearance, and which they think most people think keep diet, which means they are balanced in their life. So probably, oh wait, there's another question. Is there the difference between restaurant food and home cooked food? Well, it depends on what our thinking. But however, in my point of view, there are like several of different between uh, restaurant dishes and homemade dishes. which are in restaurant dishes. We couldn't check how the quality of the method, like fish or beef or even vegetable. However, in home cooked dishes, we could buy it in the cheaper price, and knowing the quality of the method that we buy. In the second thing, in the restaurant the price of the dish usually really high because of they have to pay for the tax and the human resource, which are cooker and waitress, the manager, the technology, and the system, the uniform that they brought for their employee. However, in the home cooked dishes, um, we only pay for the method and the gas. So it surely cheaper is when we eat at home. But however, we have to spend a lot of time and waste our strength to finish dishes. So this is the end of my speaking IELTS test. Thank you for watching.